Chapter 9. Developing Good Work Ethic. To be presented by Christine Joy Conleon, Nestor Crisanti Jr., Neil Mark Pollard.
A person's attitude towards work determines the success or failure of one's business or personal enterprise. Work may either motivate or demotivate a worker depending on his perception and attitude towards work itself. This chapter examines the human, philosophical, and theological meaning of work and their implications to the worker himself. At the end of this chapter, the students are expected to, first, understand the importance of developing a right attitude towards work. Second, develop a personal work ethic. Third, examine the difference between human and spiritual dimensions of work. Fourth, find ways and means to enjoy work personally and with others. And fifth, become a productive employee and a worker. The key terms for this chapter are work, livelihood, Old Testament, New Testament, theology, spiritually, and values. The definition of work. Work is both a personal and a social activity. As a personal activity, it is aimed at developing a person. And as a social activity, its purpose is the preservation of human society. Work, therefore, has moral and legal implications. Work is the legitimate use of our mental and bodily powers for economic gain or profit. Work is the use or application of our physical powers to accomplish certain tasks. It is the use because nobody can own another man's body, nor can anyone sell his body or any part of it for purposes of material advantage and gain. The purpose of work is to obtain an economic gain or power. This is part of the essence of work.
The meaning of work in the Holy Bible. From the biblical point of view, God is seen as the author of work, and He also blessed and sanctified work. In the Old Testament, God did not only create man, He is also the author of work. In Genesis chapter 1, God creates a pattern of work and rest for us to follow. He created the world for 6 days and rested on the seventh day. The reason for this rested is for man to appreciate and value the meaning of work. In the New Testament, the meaning of work can be well understood from the perspective of mystery of God's incarnation. When Christ became man, humanity was blessed and sanctified, including human work. Christ, the Son of God, who also worked as a carpenter. Seen from this perspective, work, therefore, is not a drudgery, not even a course, but an activity that has been blessed and sanctified, and therefore must also sanctify the worker himself. The theological meaning of work according to Saint Thomas Aquinas. The angelic doctor of the Church, Saint Thomas Aquinas, enumerates 4 purposes of work in his treatise entitled Summa Theologica. The first purpose is it provides for one's daily livelihood. Of course, we have to work for us to meet our daily needs or for our livelihood. And then the second, it prevents idleness, which is source of many evils. The third, it curbs the rebellious flesh. And then the last one, it enables man to give alms for his material surplus. For Saint Thomas Aquinas is called to serve God through his work, as well as us.
The human perspective of work. The work which is the object, the worker as the subject and the other workers as the context. The object is the task that must be done, the subject which is the worker or the human person. When he works he can accomplish something, like he can reach his goals. He defines himself because work is the means by which we form our character and complete ourselves in our work. He measures his work as a person because it can help grow himself both personally and professionally. He develops himself to become a good leader, and lastly, he provides an occasion to relate with others to understand how others view and perceive personal behaviors. Other workers as the context or the surroundings and factors affecting the worker or the person.
Thank you. Have a great day ahead.